Boomer Sooner, live at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Welcome to the OU Huddle on the Sooner Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Also brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Good times, great rewards. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Now, here's the voice of the Sooners, Toby Rowland.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. It is a Monday night. It's time to talk some Sooner sports. Thank you for tuning us in. Here's the roadmap ahead. In the next hour, we're talking basketball. Porter Moser, Jenny Baranchek going to be here tonight. Jeremiah Fears going to be in the house. It's going to be a fun show. Next half hour, we're grappling, wrestling. Roger Kish will have a couple of his guys here from the OU wrestling program. But we're going to start it off by talking a little tennis. Please make welcome the head coach of the Sooners, Nick Kroll, there on the end. Hi, Coach.
How's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, we're coming off a big weekend.
It was a big weekend.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I can't wait to talk to you all about it. And one of his top players right here, one of the best players in all of college tennis, Luis Alvarez, with us here in the first segment as well. How you doing, Luis?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Thanks for having
Let's
us.
talk about the great start, Coach. 3-0. You got wins right out of the gates over Omaha, Cornell, and UTA. Let's take a look at some of these highlights. But how'd you feel like the guys played right out of the gates?
Yeah, we've worked really, really hard all fall, and we went to Arizona for a little preseason training camp, a couple matches out there, and our guys came back and took care of business against Omaha. We were able to shake off a little rust in that first match. I think there's always some first match jitters, and it was great to get that one under our belt. And then we knew Cornell was going to have a really good team. They always do, coached by former Sooner Silviu Tenesu, and so they always come in here really ready to go. And last year we beat them 4-3. This year we got them 4-1. So
nice.
it was a good win for us.
And then UTA to round things out, a 4-zip sweep of those guys. So got to be pleased. Luis, how'd you feel like you played?
Great. I mean, I think we all had a great start of the season. Like Coach said, we've been working really hard all fall, every single day, trying to find areas to improve and get better at. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone had a great effort, put their heart and soul out there. You know, being together, that's one of the things that we've always talked about, to be together as a team, to be united, to feel each other on the course as we play together. And yeah, I'm very happy on how we started the season. Personally wise, I'm happy how I started. I think there's obviously some things to get better at, but you know, it's the start of the season, and I'm very excited of the things that we have ahead.
Sooners ranked number 10 in the nation to start the year, number 2 in the SEC. And Coach, I can't believe it's already year 9.
I know.
Seems like you just got here. Holy cow.
Goes by quick.
Yeah, you're excited about this squad, aren't you?
Very excited. Very excited. We've got a new look crew.
Yeah.
We've got some guys back from last year, and we've got a lot of new guys. So it's been really exciting.
Tell us about a few of those new guys.
Yeah, we've got one here tonight. He'll be coming up here a little bit.
Oscar?
Oscar Lacides, freshman from France. He's had a great fall. Made the NCAA tournament. They switched the individuals to the fall this year, and he was one of 3 freshmen in the country to qualify for the NCAA championships, which was huge. And he's been doing really good in doubles with Bruno as well. And so they made the NCAA tournament there. So he's come in and really been a spark. And then we brought in a couple other guys. Orel Kimi just came from Israel 7 days ago.
Wow. Played
in his first dual matches. You know, we're kind of getting him implemented into the system. We have another great freshman called Vojta Peter. Vojta has, from Czech Republic, was a top 30 junior in the world and has come in and done really, really well. And we got a newcomer, Bruno Naveen, who's a junior college transfer, 3-time national champion junior college. And then lastly, another January freshman called Alejandro Malero Kretzer.
Nice.
And we got him in the double.
Nailed it.
Yeah, 6 days in, we got him in the doubles, got 2 wins for us, anchored us at third doubles with Asahi, and they did a great job. So we've got a great group of young guys combined with our experience, and we're excited.
I think Bruno's already become a social media star.
It's unbelievable.
You guys give him a hard time about all the social media stardom he's getting here out of the gates?
Yeah, for sure. No, it was very, very funny actually when we all started to see the posts of Bruno, getting famous because of football and trying out and stuff like that. But yeah, no, like Coach said, I think all the guys are, doing great. All the freshmen, they're doing a great job. They are all very, they work really hard. They give everything for the team. They're great guys overall and great tennis players. So I'm really happy to have them this year.
You got Mexico, Japan, 2 Israels, right? France, Spain, South Africa, Mozambique, the Czech Republic, and you got 1 player from Nashville, Tennessee.
That's
on
right.
this team. So, wow. You got your work cut out for you and just getting the message out to all the players.
We've got a lot of different languages, cultures in the locker room. I think that's one of our strengths when we can bring all of our strengths together. And the communication becomes key with that group and kind of creating the vocabulary that everybody understands. And some of these guys, are learning English as they go. So it's been fun, but we know they can all play tennis.
just hit it hard. That's all they got to understand.
That's right.
Hit it hard. Hit it where they ain't.
Absolutely.
What kind of personal? You won a conference championship last year, Luis. What kind of personal goals do you have for yourself this year?
Well, I do have a lot of personal goals, but honestly, I mostly focus on the team because on the spring we have the team season, and that's my main focus always, to do everything that I can and everything that's in my power to help my guys, to help my teammates, my brothers, the family that we are building, for success, and to take this program where it always deserves to be, which is at the top. But on the other hand, as personal goals, these few matches I started playing a little higher in the lineup, which obviously I'm very grateful for. And my plan is to, get a lot of experience from those matches as I play ranked players and ATP ranked players as well. So just keep getting that experience, keep getting that match play, and of course try obviously to get in those top 20, top 25 players in the country. But mostly what I would love the most is to win, either a conference or a national title with my team.
Coach, fabulous tennis player. You can tell by that answer, fabulous young man you've got here in Luis as well, right?
Luis is one of a kind. I think even in the recruiting process, it was one of the things that we love the most about him. Obviously, he played great tennis, but the intangibles that he brings, bringing guys together and really putting it on the line for the team. And I remember recruiting Luis, and I would send him a text, and he would send me a 6-minute voice text back, and so I knew at that point, okay, this guy's all in.
Yeah. So you got a talker on your hand. You got a leader on your hands.
Yeah, that's right.
SEC, just like in every other sport, difficult conference. Tell us about just kind of the landscape of the SEC in men's tennis.
Yeah, a lot of perennial powerhouses: Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma. That's going to be a great schedule. I think 12 teams were in the top 30 last year in the country, and when you add Oklahoma and Texas, I think that makes 14 teams, probably out of 15 in the top 30. So it's going to be a good show, and we've got 7 great home matches this year, and we want to get everybody out to those SEC matches. We'll have Texas at home. We'll have Texas A&M, Georgia, Florida, LSU,
great,
Tennessee. Teams that haven't come through here very often will be coming here for the first time. We need to show them what it's all about.
And you said you're off to a good start. You were happy with the crowds that came out for this opening weekend to play, right?
I want to thank everybody who came out this weekend, even in the cold weather. It's indoors. It's nice and warm in there. We're going to have great promotions all year, but we're going to have great tennis. And I think you want to come see these guys play. They're an exciting group. And they play together. They play team tennis. It's a lot different than going to a Grand Slam where you kind of have to sit on your hands and be quiet. We want you to cheer as loud as you can and get behind the team.
It's very exciting because, especially in the indoor, the sound's bouncing off the walls everywhere. You can pivot and watch all 6 matches at the same time. Guys are getting into it. The admission price hits you right in the wheelhouse, by the way. It's free to get in, and it's a lot of fun. You could feel the energy. It's weird to hear in tennis talking about being a part of a team, because you're out there most of the time, doubles or singles, but really you can feel the team feel. You can tell if 2 courts over your guy's winning or not, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, college tennis, the difference from, pro tennis is that, like you said, mostly we are taught that it's an individual sport, But in the end, here you learn to play, for something else rather than yourself, and that's one of the most important things so far that I've learned in college. And yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier. Also, it's very key to communicate with your teammates in some kind of way that you're either winning or getting breaks or winning sets or that you won your match, because that gives extra motivations to the rest of your teammates that are still playing and that are still battling out there. So. Yeah, for sure.
Opening segment brought to you by Community Coffee, family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes. Before we get you out of here, Luis, you're from Mexico City. How'd you get from Mexico City to Norman, Oklahoma? What brought you to OU?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things, but the main reason that I came here was because I wanted to be a part of, something special. First of all, when I talked with Coach Nick, I felt me and him, connected right away. I remember we were at Wimbledon in England. I was playing the tournament, and he saw me playing my first round match, and then we just started, talking, and it felt like I already knew him from the past. We connected pretty fast, and then when I came in my visit in the summer of that same year with my dad, I just felt like home. I wanted to be a part of, like I said, something special, and then also being part of, a program that, cares about sports, that supports sports, and, I wanted to be also somewhere where I can improve as a tennis player, but also as a person. So right after I came in my visit, I felt, like at home, and that I wanted to spend, the rest 4 years of my life here, and, so far, I don't regret that decision, and I'm the happiest.
When your recruiting story involves Wimbledon, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, Coach. When you find him there, that's pretty neat. The doubles point, always in tennis, in college tennis, kind of goes under the radar, but oh so important. Where do you feel like you are early in the year and trying to feel out what you have as far as doubles teams goes? Still kind of moving guys around, I would assume?
Yeah, Oscar and Bruno, they've had a great fall. They've kind of anchored us down at number one. I think they're 13 or 14-1 on the year, fall and spring combined. And then we've known Luis and Colo were very, very good from last year, and so we kind of put them back together, and then we've kind of been working on that third double spot and tried out a couple of combinations, and it's been working. So I think our philosophy in doubles, all of our guys play it very, very well, and now it's just getting those guys out there, and it's really about the intangibles, playing with energy, playing together, who has the chemistry. That's what we're really looking for.
Have you ever tried Bruno and Colo together?
Those guys, they've played their whole lives together.
Yeah.
They've known each other since they were very, very young. I think they would do very well together.
I just would like to see it from a visual standpoint, because Bruno's, 6'4", and Colo's 5'7"?
That's right.
Yeah. I think it'd be a great photograph, if nothing else.
They grew up together, kind of in their federations, growing up, training and stuff like that. But right now we've got some really good pairings, so we're probably gonna stick with it.
I'll let you be the coach. You take care of the. I'll just take care of this stuff. Luis, great to see you again, my friend.
Thank you.
Have a great year.
Having me.
Have a great year. Luis
you
Alvarez. We'll take a timeout. Oscar's going to join us up here when we come back. We're just underway on a Monday night at Rudy's.
The Huddle is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. Riverwind Casino, good times, great rewards. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The Trails Golf Club of Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're at Rudy's on a Monday night. This segment brought to you by the Riverwind Casino. Good times, great rewards. And please welcome in now Sooner men's tennis player Oscar Lecide. Hi, Oscar. How are you, bud?
I'm good. You?
Good. I'm doing great. Oscar's from Paris, France.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, man, how did you get from Paris to Norman, Oklahoma? We don't have an Eiffel Tower here, Oscar.
I decided to come to college 1 year ago, and when I talked to Nick, the same of Luis, we have this connection very fast. And after I decided to visit, I think in April 2024, and this visit was really good. It was like insane connection with the team last year.
Yeah.
And with all of the guys on the team, all of the coaches, Coach Ben, Coach Manny, and Coach Nick. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Tell us about finding Oscar.
Yeah, I feel like Oscar was like a diamond in the rough. He's actually from a small island too, Guadeloupe, in the Caribbean. It's a French island, and so there's not a lot of tennis being played there. But he moved to Paris when you were 16.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so we just started following his results and kind of knew he was out there. And when he became recruitable and we found out that he was looking at college, we kind of jumped on the opportunity to get him on a visit, and we really connected, like he said. I feel like that's one of the biggest things that we do on the visits is try to see if it's going to be a great fit for both parties, and we felt that way definitely with Oscar. So
3-0 start for you as well as the team this weekend.
Yeah.
You're paired up with Bruno, it sounds like, in doubles as well. So how did you feel like it went your first weekend as a Sooner here?
It was really good, actually. So we have 3 good wins, actually, against Connor, Utah, and Omaha. Yeah, like great week.
Happy
great
with how you played?
Yeah. My first match I was a little bit tight because it was my first for like the season. But yeah, like we had a really good crowd. It was really loud. Everyone was popped up, so it was really, really good.
Stylistically, what do you got here?
Very athletic, super fast, super powerful, big forehand. One of the biggest serves in college tennis. He can throw in 10 aces a match.
Well, what are we talking MPH on?
Probably 130 plus on the first serve, I would imagine, when he's really cooking. And when he builds his points, he builds with his forehand, and then looking to dominate physically.
Yeah.
Can play defense as well, super fast, makes plays. He's a playmaker.
It sounds like all around fantastic. Now, we got more tennis coming up at home this week. It is the ITA kickoff weekend. You guys get to host, and you've got Tulsa coming up on Saturday. That'll be at 1 o'clock. And then if you win that one, or when you win that one, you'll face either Stanford or Oregon on Sunday for the right to advance. So this is a big deal that you get to host, and it's kind of the first leg of what you hope will be a long journey here.
Yeah, it's the first 2 rounds of the National Indoor Championships, 16 host sites around the country, so you want to win your host site, and then the top 16 teams meet up for the National Indoor Championships in a couple weeks from now. So, we want to get that first one under our belt and play a really good match against Tulsa and just build momentum going into the tournament.
There you see the Trails Golf Club brings you this look at upcoming showdowns for the men's tennis on down the line. And then, of course, once you get a little deeper into the schedule, the SEC matchups start to unfold there as well. Tell me about Coach Kroll, Coach Nick, as I think you guys call him. What makes him such a fantastic coach?
I think a lot of things. He really cares a lot about the team, about every guys. Every guys on the team has like individual stuff every week. We have an individuals meeting, so it's like kind of the team, but you have your own like project too. Mm-hmm. So I think we have a really good connection. I think a lot of guys on the team have the connection with him. He cares a lot. He makes like a lot of energy, and yeah, we spend a lot of time with him. So he's a really good person, really good coach, and that's why he's Coach Nick.
Yeah, that's why he's Coach Nick. Yeah. What do you like about what you saw in the first 3 matches, Coach? And then what would you like to see him do better this weekend?
I think it comes down to fundamentals, cleaning up more and more of the fundamental stuff, return of serves, just doing the little things a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. We have a really, really athletic group up and down the lineup. Everybody can play at a high level. I think as the season advances, playing in the SEC and trying to win that National Indoor Championships, you just have to continue to play cleaner. And when it comes down to playing the big points, being fearless, playing your own game style, you want to play your game, not your opponent's game on the big points. And just getting our guys to feel that they can do that when they go out there and play in these big matches. And our togetherness, too. So, I think just continuing to build our family and our circle of trust, and making that as strong as we can going into these matches.
Feel like this is one of your better teams that you've had?
Absolutely. I think we've continued to grow and develop the program, especially over the last 3 or 4 years. And these guys have just bought into the culture, and so I believe this is our strongest team, and I believe we can go all the way.
Kind of a opportunity here early with these ITAs to maybe catch the attention of the rest of the country? I mean, there's nothing wrong at all with being ranked number 10 in the nation, but maybe an opportunity here early on to say, hey, we're a little more than you guys think we are this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of eyes are on us, and they want to see how we're going to do, and I think our guys had a great opening weekend, and we're just taking it day by day. We talk about that every single day. Let's just win the day. Let's just win practice, and if we keep stacking good days like that, we'll win on the weekends, and then we'll take a day off, and then we'll come back and try to do it the next week. And so we're not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves. Like I said, just focus on the fundamentals, becoming a stronger team, and growing that way.
What do you think about American food over here, Oscar? You got a favorite over here?
No, yeah. I like some place, yeah.
What do you like?
Cafe in Campus Corner.
Yeah.
I like Ticaf. I like Mobedas.
Rudy's, of course. You like Rudy's.
I like Rudy's too.
Did you get some barbecue here tonight?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Make sure you try that
For
out.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your favorite thing over in Paris that you don't have here?
Maybe a lot.
A lot. That's probably a good answer. Yeah, very good. When you're trying to fill out a lineup this early in the year, Coach, how hard is it when you know what you got, but you don't know what you got still a little bit?
Yeah, I think everybody wants to play high in the lineup, and really it just becomes about the team season now. The individual season was in the fall, and so we just want everyone to play their role and do their job. Some guys are going to play singles and doubles. Some guys might just play singles. Some guys might just play doubles, and then some guys might not get in that day. And if they're not in, we just need those guys to be supporting as hard as they can. But yeah, making the lineup's definitely one of the tougher jobs, especially when you have a team like this with 10 really good players.
If you win, don't change anything for the next one, or do you have that philosophy? A baseball coach a lot of times will do that. You roll out a lineup. If you win, same lineup the next day.
I think we won like 14 in a row last year, and I don't think we changed the lineup one time. But we've won a couple we've 3 in a row. I think we've played a different lineup all 3 matches so far. So, I think we're trying to move guys around a little bit, see where they best fit early in the season, and then, hopefully we get kind of into the middle of the season and we've got it kind of locked in.
Very good. Oscar, great to meet you. Have a great year.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
You so
Coach,
much.
always fun having you on.
Amazing.
Nick Kroll, everybody. Oscar Laside. We'll take a break. We're talking wrestling when we come back here at Rudy. Stay with us.
Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Sooner Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Orthodontics exclusively, Mathis Home, and Devon Energy. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com.
Hi, welcome back. We're at Rudy's. This segment brought to you by Taco Mayo. Big appetite, bigger savings. Download and save today. Let's talk some wrestling now, and we welcome in the head coach of the Sooners, Roger Kish. Howdy, Coach. How are you, sir? Great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
And this guy leads the team in wins so far this year at 149 pounds. Willie McDougald. How are you doing today, Willie?
Good.
Thanks for being with us, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being with us. Coach, 6-2 so far, the dual meet record. How do you feel like the season's gone for you?
It's it got off to a good start there. Fighting some injuries along the way. It's kind of that time of year. Everybody's a little banged up. So now it's just about making sure that we can continue to get our guys healthy and make sure they're back full time here. And you're going to have a couple highs and lows along the way, and we kind of felt the squeeze of that here a little bit recently. But we're well on our way here, getting these guys back, get them healthy, and starting to prepare here for Big 12 season and postseason.
Tell us about this young man, Willie, and what he means to your program.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Willie's certainly special to the program, special to ourselves, myself, and he's a guy that you lean on here. He's a leader here for our team, and how he handles himself inside the training facilities and more importantly outside the training facilities really is a great leader of young men and his peers, and this program is certainly much better with him.
Willie McDougald from Niagara Falls, New York, 2-time New York state champ before you came here. Niagara Falls, really?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool up there. My honeymoon was at Niagara Falls way back in the day. So what an amazing place that is up there.
Pretty cold.
Yeah. Well, it's cold. Yeah. So Buffalo, basically, right?
Yeah.
You're outskirts of Buffalo up there.
Yeah.
Are you a Bills fan?
Of course.
Okay. Are you feeling okay about how things are going? You're into the Final Four here. Going to take down the Chiefs?
Very confident this time.
Very confident. I like it.
So you're a Bills fan now?
Here you go.
Oh, no.
He was a
he not?
Baltimore fan here last week. He was a Baltimore fan last week. He's a Bills fan today.
We've started something. What brought you to OU all the way from Niagara Falls, New York?
Out of high school, I wasn't heavily recruited by some of these bigger programs, and OU kind of was the first school to kind of take a full shot on me. So I kind of just ran with that and put my faith in God, and it got me here, and I'm super happy that, took that shot.
The waterfalls aren't quite as spectacular here as they are back there, but some pretty good people around here.
Of course.
We're glad to have you. How do you feel about the squad so far this season?
I love this team. I think it's probably one of the better teams I've been on since I've been here at OU, from top to bottom. I think we're getting better, a few hiccups here and there, but I think we're going to pull this thing together for sure by the time postseason comes around, and we're going to do some good stuff.
Coach did not misspeak well ago when he said get into Big 12 play. There is no SEC, folks, in wrestling. Yeah. I assume most of you know that out there, but if you don't, the SEC does not have wrestling. There's only 2 schools that wrestle. It's Oklahoma and Missouri, and you guys are both in the Big 12. So no change for you as far as conference affiliation this year. What do you feel like is the strength of your lineup, the strength of your squad so far?
Well, I tell you that the strength of the team really falls in the hands of our upperclassmen, and we're really grateful. We have a number of upperclassmen, and you look at the average age of our starting group is 22, 23 years old, right?
Wow.
And so we're grateful that we got a level of maturity and guys that have been around a long time, that understand wrestling, understand the sport, understand how to navigate the season, and making sure we can maximize our efforts in the competition and the training aspects. So our upperclassmen have been great leaders, and they've helped, and we really brought in a really large freshman class this year, biggest freshman class I've ever recruited in my career, and so it's been great. We needed this leadership. We needed to lean on our upperclassmen, our older guys here to help educate, teach, just the standard and the identity of Oklahoma wrestling to our young guys, and the expectations to them. So the strength of our program certainly leads in the upperclassmen.
Ideally, and I'm sure there's some freshmen that are helping you out, but ideally, you want to be able to have those guys get bigger, stronger, learn, so that and behind some upperclassmen, so that they have a couple of years before they are injected into the lineup, right? That's the ideal path.
And the ideal path is they come right out and they're ready to go.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But no, I tell you, when you get into a sport like wrestling, is physical, and in a combat sport, just those little physical maturities certainly help. And that first season, being able to utilize potentially a red shirt is something that I think a lot of these young guys need in order to just physically mature and understand some of the technical aspects at a much higher level, higher pace, higher speed. And these upperclassmen, they certainly don't mind showing them that piece.
Let's talk technical aspects here, Willie. Where did you set out this year to say, I want to be better in this area?
Well, I'm a big learner from my past mistakes. So my last season didn't finish where I wanted to, and getting closer towards the end of my career this year, and having one more, and I kind of want to had a plan when I first came in, do all these great things, but sadly I haven't done as much as I want to. I've done some good things, but I want to get on that podium in March, and I kind of just shifted my mind to no matter what happens or who's in my way, what obstacles I face, I'm gonna get there no matter what.
Coach, is Willie a technically superior wrestler? Does he do it on sheer strength and will? Combination of both? What makes him great?
Willie he's achieved what he's done because he's willing to learn, and he's willing to adjust and adapt. And I think that's his biggest piece to help him elevate his level of competition. There's certainly no doubt he has the physical tools and gifts that help him in big ways, but his willingness to learn and grow and develop and, at the end of the day, not make the same mistakes over, again. So, he makes a mistake. We were able to go back and identify these mistakes, make the adjustments. And as coaches, it's one of those really gratifying, pieces where we can say, all right, we've discussed it. This guy's not going to make the same mistake twice, and we don't have to worry about that mistake. And he's got really a great mind for the sport and certainly has all the physical gifts to achieve his goals.
We got 2 road matches coming up this week, both up in the state of Iowa. They love their wrestling up there. You go to Iowa State and to Northern Iowa. 2 good tests for you, I would imagine, especially the Cyclones, right?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Northern Iowa's, they've certainly proven this season that they have a very strong program, strong team, a lot of great tradition out there. We're expecting 2 very, very tough matches here coming up Friday and Saturday night up in Iowa, and it's going to be a heck of a fight here. We're excited. Any
of your teammates that you're particularly closer to than the others over the years? You drawn close to any of them?
Well, there's new guys that come in every year, young guys, older guys, transfers, who I just, build relationships with. I don't think it's good to kind of build a specific relationship. I think, the closer you get with the whole group, the stronger you are when you go out to compete, and, that shows in your competition. So,
how competitive is it inside that wrestling room to earn the spots in the starting lineup?
Oh, man, these young guys that came in this year, man, they're fiery, man, and they keep me on my toes. My 5th year, so it's a war in there every day, man. So,
what's the process, Coach? How does that work as far as, is it solely based on your opinion of who should be starting, or is there a merit kind of order behind the scenes in the wrestling room as to ordering a spot or earning a spot in that lineup?
Yeah, well, wrestling's unique, and we bring the guys in, and there's 10 weight classes, and we got about 35 guys on roster currently, and it's pretty simple. We'll find out day to day.
Get after it.
Yeah, the guy that's standing there at the end and is putting the work in, and it's competitive, and that's how we want it. We want these guys challenging and pushing each other, and that's what they do here. So certainly a combination of guys earning the spot through internal matches that we host, and then again external competition, how guys compete in the spotlight.
State of the program, it's year 2 for you. So I know you're trying to build something special here. Still early on in the process. Where do you feel like you are right now?
I tell you what, it's been really, really great. The recruiting piece is really done well here for us, and really getting a lot of attraction. The adjustment over to the SEC has really brought the brand of Oklahoma down in that southeast, and gave us a lot of opportunities to really make our mark in the southeast as well. So it's really opened up some avenues that Oklahoma probably hasn't spent some time in. So it's been very great for us. We're on the right track here, and again, it's certainly not something we're going to turn overnight, but year by year, and new athletes continue to come in, challenge one another. We're well on our way. Really, really excited about where we're at.
It's a great point that I hadn't thought of. You're not in the SEC, but the SEC could do your program some favors because it opens new recruiting avenues for you in that part of the country.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, man, great to see you. Have a good rest of your season. Willie McDougald, everybody. Gavin Sack's going to be here with us when we come back at Rudy. Stay with us.
The Huddle is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Big appetite, bigger savings. Download and save today. Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today.
Welcome back. This segment brought to you by Didier Ranch's premium ranch-raised beef. It can be shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. Visit DidierRanch.com. That's DIDIER Ranch.com to order Didier Ranch. Tradition tastes better. We're still talking wrestling here. We got basketball coming up next hour, but Gavin Sacks is joining us now from the OU wrestling team. How you doing, Gavin?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm great. Great to have you with us. Gavin, a transfer in this year from North Dakota State, which is where the Sooners head coach Roger Kish came from 2 years ago. So you wrestled for Coach Kish, and then you said, I haven't had enough. I want to go wrestle for him again down in Oklahoma this year, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a big decision for me, leaving the old school, but I think it's paid off in my interest. I'm having great training partners and great coaching staff in my corner support me every step of the way. So.
What is it about Coach Kish that made you want to follow him down here?
You know, one of the things, I grew up with my dad. He was a Marine, and toughness was always like a big thing in my household.
Oh, wow, sure.
And that kind of always stuck with me, is just the toughness aspect of Kish, Cam, Marsden, and Dion now. And Mark Hall. It's just all those things kind of, you know, led into this as well. But with Kish, it's just he always pushed that toughness part, and he's always fed into the way I've wrestled as well. You know, he hasn't tried to change everything. He adds new things into it. So that was a big point for me.
Gavin wrestling at 174 pounds and 8-2, off to a fabulous start this year. He sat down and he was like, Willie's got more wins than me? Because I said Willie's got the most wins on the team. So I take it you guys are kind of all competitive with each other in that category.
Yeah, he has more wins, but I can tech fall some people, so yeah. I think I'm good.
Okay, very good. How do you feel like your season's gone for you individually?
Yes, sir. I think it's going great. You know, I have a couple losses, but those 2 losses I think have just kind of fueled me more to not stay as complacent as I was before. Those, like I said, it's just got me better.
Coach, you obviously liked what you had in Gavin up at North Dakota State to invite him to come down here with you.
Yeah, you know, it's again, I think Gavin, not only is he an extremely talented wrestler, but everything that he brings to the table as a whole, his ability, his leadership ability, the excitement and enthusiasm that he approaches every day with. If there's a guy that walks into the wrestling room with a smile on his face and excited to do something hard and go to work, it's this guy. And it's contagious, right? He rubs off on the other guys, and you know, he's one of the guys that finds ways to bring guys up to the next level in wrestling, and he's been a great addition to our program, and he's a great leader to these young men. And again, his ability to compete is really at the highest level.
Not easy to come in year one and be a leader like that, so that does speak highly to you. Coach, I want to ask you about the Southern Scuffle. Mm-hmm. Second place finish there, and it sounded like you guys got some things rolling there that you can hang your hat on maybe going forward.
Yeah, you know, I think the Southern Scuffle, an event, premier college open, 34 different Division I teams that show up to compete there. And, you know, really it's a great opportunity for us to see a variety of competitors. And it's really East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. You see all of them will have teams out there. So we get to see, you know, different styles of wrestling, different teams that we wouldn't traditionally see. And, you know, our guys really stepped up and competed very well out there. It was a great mid-season tournament for the guys here. Build a little confidence, and you know, all in all, you know, of course, want to critique our own selves. Is I think there's another level of wrestling we could have got to, and so, you know, you take that, and it gives you really a lot of stuff to go back and look through, and a lot of matches to critique and continue to build, you know, the team up.
Speaking of taking that next step, Gavin, talk to yourself individually about where you have seen or want to try to take that next step for you this year. What was it you wanted to improve on?
Yes, sir. So one thing that's always kind of been at the forefront of me improving and getting up on that stage at Nationals and winning it and becoming an All-American was, you know, just being able to take a shot. These guys have pushed me for that, and I've been training every day for it. And,
yeah.
You know, that's one of the big things I've been focused on this year, just being able a little bit more offensive, you know, make it more fun for the crowd to watch, you know.
A little more aggressive offensively.
Yeah, just throwing some hard clubs in every once in a while, getting a little aggressive, and just, like I said, make it more fun for the fans to watch, and it's a big thing for me.
I love watching Coach Kish, all the wrestling coaches virtually over there on the side. I feel like by the time it's all done, you've wrestled 10 matches on the sidelines just trying to help these guys through their matches. You're burning some calories over there, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, in a sport like ours where you're you know, it's personal, right? Our coaching staff, they work with the guys. They're on the mats. They're wrestling, competing, training, right along with the athletes. And, you know, so you just get so invested in their successes that, you know, you really get excited for them when you're sitting on the sideline and you know the positional things that you play with time and time again. And here we are in competition, so you really push to make sure you can get them to kind of fall back in their technical pieces.
Now, be honest, you're in the middle of it, right? Your blood's pumping, and everybody is yelling in the arena. Can you hear him? Can you pick out his voice, or is he just blend into the woodwork?
I can pick out his voice pretty well, but I will tell you, I'm always able to hear my dad's voice over everybody's
Really?
voices. Yes. He's always been there. He hasn't missed. He's only missed one thing for me ever in my entire career of wrestling, and I've always just been able to pick out his voice. And I hear these guys yelling and jumping, getting a little excited and stuff like that when I'm wrestling. So.
Dad was in the Marines.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What else can you tell us about him?
Yes, sir. Like I said, I grew up with him in the Marine Corps, and I've been very grateful that he retired when I was very young. So since he's been retired and I started wrestling, he hasn't missed a thing. He drives. He'll fly, even though he hates flying.
Does he live in North Dakota or does he live here?
He lives in Missouri. I'm actually from a small town in Waynesville, Missouri. So he'll drive out to California. He'll drive out to Virginia. He'll drive out anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, he's. I can't thank the world enough for my father, my mother. They've backbone of what I've done. So.
That's awesome. That's very cool. How are we on the health front right now, Coach? You mentioned that off the top. We doing pretty good right now?
I think for middle of January, we're sitting in a good spot. A couple injuries here and there. Something, hopefully things that are, easily rehabable and get, our full squad here back and healthy here in the next couple weeks is our ultimate goal. So nothing that's going to set anybody out for season or anything like that. Just a matter of navigating week-to-week training, competitions, making sure we can put out and be the best competitive team, again, for Oklahoma here. So that's always the key.
Take a quick look at the schedule ahead for these guys, brought to you by the Trails Golf Club. We mentioned a trip up to Iowa this week. Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. At Iowa State Friday, at Northern Iowa on Saturday, and then back home, folks, your next opportunity to see the guys at McCaslin Fieldhouse will be the first day of February when the Missouri Tigers come to town. Coach, give me 2 or 3 of the most important things for you in your trip to Iowa this weekend. What do you got to do?
Well, I tell you what, the message for our guys here over the last few days is I think Gavin alluded to it, is we got to be more aggressive. We got to be more offensive. We have a number of upperclassmen that certainly rely on their wrestling IQs and their physical capabilities to have a lot of success. But at the end of the day, we can do more.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Matches.
We're up against the break. Be more aggressive. Thanks for being here tonight, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank
we'll
you.
be back to wrap it up after this. Thanks for being here, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola.
All right, that was fun talking a little tennis and grappling. Stay with us. We got basketball with Porter Moser and Jenny Baranczyk next hour.
The OU Huddle has been brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. And by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Sooner Sports Network.